If you are new to the channel, then subscribe the channel and press the bell icon for further notification. Okay student, welcome you all to this new lecture in Power System series. So today again we will be solving 5 questions starting from question number 116 up to question number 120. Okay, then let's try to solve these questions. Okay student, in question number 116, the zero sequence of the three-phase transformer shown in the figure. What should be the zero sequence circuit? So I have explained to you, this is star means this side connections will not be there, and this is delta means this side it should be closed. So actually the connection in one questions I have already explained this one. This is your transformer. There are the switches of this fashion for the zero sequence network. This is actually the line. If this is star grounded, then this will be grounded. This will be connected. This will be connected if the primary is delta, or this here secondary is delta, so this will be connected. These are for deltas, and if this is a star grounded, here star is not grounded, so this will not be connected. So it will look like this, a piece of inductor hanging around like this, something of this fashion. That is your option C. Now if you come to 117 and 118, both are linked question. Two generators unit G1 G2 are connected by 15 kV line with a bus at the midpoint as shown in the figure below. G1 G2 positive sequence reactance X on its own base. Okay, so this have to be careful. 25% per unit on this base, this on its own base. So these per units are not in same base. This is on this base, this is on this base. Anode and L2, these are given 10 km. Positive sequence reactance is this much. Okay, of this, obviously this line, that is in ohm. Okay, for the above system, the positive sequence diagram of the per unit will be at 100 MVA base. Now you have to go for a common 100 MVA base. Voltage will be 15 kV. You can see it is 15 kV. Both the generators are at 15 kV, lines are at 15 kV. So voltage base, you are knowing it. You can take any base, but 15 is comfortable for us. Everywhere it is 15, and it is 100 MVA. So see the generator which is at 100 MVA G2. So its reactance will be same, because it is this base we are considering the system base. So 0.1 will be there in the second, this generator. So 0.1, 0.1, 0.1. Okay. For generator 1 it will change, because 25% on 250. So on 100 it will be how much? So if it 25% on 250, so on 100 it will be 10. So this one will be equal to J1. So it should be either A or C. C and D will not work. This was the formula for per unit system. Suppose X per unit old equal to, new, we need new one. So X per unit old. So new old, I told you to remember this formula in switch current protection. New old, then you go to new old, that is MVA new to MVA old base, new base. So new old, new again old, so it is kV old by kV new whole square. So this is given. New kV you don't know, old kV is 0.25. What is new MVA is 100. What is old MVA? For generator 1 it was 250. kV is same, it is 15 by 15 whole square. So if you do this one, it will be 0.1. You can see it here. Okay, if it is 0.1, that means your G1 would be 0.1. So these two should be 0.1. These will not work out. And here it is given, and the line reactance is for this per kilometer 2.25. So for 10 km it is 2.25. Okay, so 2.25 in ohm, you have to convert it in base. So you see it is directly given here, it is not converted. So obviously C will not be the answer. Without solving, you can directly say A will be the answer, because it is given absolute value. So in per unit it will not be absolute value. Absolute it is 2.25, because for 1 km 10, for 1 km it is 0.225. So 10 km it will be 2.25. This length, but this is not per unit, it is not actual. You have to divide it by base. So if you want to calculate a Z base, what will be Z base? kV base, that is 15 into 10 to the power 3 whole square, divided by MVA base, that is 100 into 10 to the power 6, which is 2.25. This is its base. So what will be Z per unit? 0.225 into 10 km. This is absolute divided by base. Absolute divided by base will give you the per unit. So it is 1 per unit. That's why these are J11. So option A is that. If you come to 118, in the above system, the three-phase fault MVA at bus 3. So for fault at bus 3, what you will do? This was my positive sequence network diagram. For three-phase, we will only rely about positive sequence system diagram. No need of, because it is not unbalanced, so don't need to go for negative or here, zero sequence. So you make a fault here. Fault here means you connect it to the ground. So what you see, how much current will flow. So what we will do, we will see from this side and look what is the Thevenin's impedance there, Thevenin's we will try to, suppose you can think of that there is a load connected here. So what will be the current through it? So how will see? You open this load, see what is the Thevenin's voltage, Thevenin's resistance, find its Thevenin's equivalent. Then from that you connect that load, see how much current is going, like your Thevenin's theorem only. So what is the impedance it will see? So your ZTH will look like from here. This side are parallel, so it will be 1.1, 1.1. So 1.1 by 2. And VTH, it is always 1. Because pre-fault voltage you always assume all the buses voltage are 1. So pre-fault voltage is assumed to be 1. So your current will be equal to 1 by this one. 1.1 divided by 2. So which you do, it will be coming 1.818. So that I have become actually fault MVA, because fault MVA is 1 per unit into voltage into current. Pre-fault voltage and after fault current. That is this one, which is equal to 1.818. It is in per unit, so in MVA you have to multiply by base, that is 181.82. That is your option D. The sequence, the components of the fault currents are given: I positive, I negative, I zero. The type of fault, you know, if it is LG fault, then all the sequence networks are connected in series. So this is positive, suppose this is negative, and this is zero. So in case of LG faults, all are connected in series, so all the currents are same. But here all currents are not same, so LG will not be there. Triple LG will obviously not be there, because it is symmetric fault. In symmetric, negative and zero doesn't come. So if you see double L will also not be possible, because in double L it is connected in parallel. IA1 or IA2 same, there is no IA0, because there is negative sequence, so it will not be the answer obviously, because 0 is there, ground should be there, so it is LLG. So in LLG what happens, these two are parallel, and then this connect this. So this plus this should be equal to this. You can see this plus this 1.5, this is equal to 1.5. So that's why it is option C. If you come to 120, in an unbalanced three-phase system, phase currents IA is given, negative sequence current IB2, and zero sequence current IC0 is given. The magnitude of phase current IB. So for IB, what you need? IB equal to IB0, IB1, and IB2. IB0 is equal to IC0, that is directly given, which is equal to IC0. Or IA0, let me write IB0 and IC0 all are equal, which is given 3 angle 90. So this angle is already given. IB2 is already given. So what I need only IB1. So for that IB1, there is one IA is given. Now what is IA? IA is equal to IA0, IA1, and IA2. So IA, they have given 1 angle minus 90. IA0 is nothing but IC0, 3 angle minus 3 angle 90. IA1 I don't know. And IA2, can I find I2? Yes, because I know IB2, so I can find I2. So let me draw the negative sequence. It is IA2. So for negative, IB2 will be here. Normally is A, B, C, but negative it will be A, B, C. So what is the relation between IB2 and IC2? If you have IB2, if you want to go back to IA2, so you have to go 120 degree back. That means you have to multiply it by minus 120 degree. So it is IB2 is how much? 4 angle minus 150. You have to multiply it by 1 angle minus 120. Then you will reach at IA2. So if you do all this stuff, shift it to polar, rectangular and everything, then finally you will get your IA1 is equal to 8 at an angle of minus 90. Once you know IA1, then you can know IB1. So again you draw the positive sequence. It is IA1, IB1, IC1. You know IA1, you want to go to IB, so you are going back. So again you will multiply by 1 angle minus 120. So finally you put it all this value. So it will be 8 angle minus 90 multiplied by, it was IA1, then 1 angle minus 120, and IB2 is already given 4 angle minus 150. So again you have to do this calculation. Once you do, you will get it 11.53. Angle doesn't matter here, because they are asking in per unit. That is your option C. If you like the video, then press the like button and please give your valuable comments in the comment section.